Hello everybody, welcome back to Automation Empire. This is Season 2, Episode 15. My name is Arctic Wolf, and welcome. It's been a couple of weeks since my last recording. I've been a little bit unable to record, basically. I had a strep throat type voice issue where my voice just went away. It was all crackly and I couldn't hardly speak, so I was unable to record. But I'm back now and we're going to get on with what we had going on. At the end of our last episode, we put capacitors into the science bay here. And we set up an ethanol system, delivery system. Today we're going to be expanding on that. The first thing we got to do is collect our science research points out of these science bays. Then we're going to convert what's going into the science from the capacitors to the ethanol. And that will let us research. That should give us enough to get the rockets unlocked. And then we're going to start getting ionized capacitors going this direction. We're going to put in an oven, just a small building over this way where these capacitors come out. We'll cut this minecart track here in half. We'll put the building in. We'll run the capacitors in there. We're going to need to add water, so we'll get water from over there and bring it over here. I'll have a building right here that takes the capacitors and cooks them into the ionized capacitors and then sends them out. And then the other thing we will do is we'll set up a pickup right here for the ethanol. You see that the ethanol train is coming through right here. What we'll do is we'll pick up the ethanol and send it into the research, and then we'll ship out the ionized capacitors until the ethanol is done researching, and then we'll switch over to the ionized capacitors in the research and get set up for mega fuel. And once we get the mega fuel going and researching, then we can unlock the monorail, which is where we want to be going for this series. And like the next 2 or 3 episodes, I want to get the monorails unlocked and see what they're all about. So that's our plan for today. We've got ionized capacitors, collecting research from the research bays, getting ethanol into the research bays. We'll probably start by converting the capacitors to the ethanol at the research bays first, then pull everything out of the research bays. We're going to have to disconnect the capacitors anyway, so okay. I'm going to get to doing this. You guys just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's rock. And we're back. I hope you enjoyed the, we'll call it a time lapse. It's probably only going at about 3x speed, but since there is absolutely zero fast forward in this game, I'm going to count it. We have our ionized capacitors assembly right here in front of you. It's my typical 9 oven array that I make in just about every one of my manufacturer buildings in this game because it's so efficient. I've discovered that the 3 ovens to 1 boxer crate maker. Let's see if I can explain this. The ratio of 3 of your ovens to 1 of your boxers works with all of your resources, is what I've come to find out. Like, this thing can cook, we'll know when it gets in there, 1 for 11 seconds, and this is backing up 1 every 3 seconds. So we got 3 times 3 is 9. So it just works out that these things, it just works. It doesn't matter what research. The times are a little bit different. If it's coal or iron or gold or oil or grain of some kind or a finished product like the ionized capacitors that you're working on, the times are a little bit different here and there. But it all generally rounds out to 3 ovens per crate maker. In some situations, you could probably get away with 4. If your crate maker's still making 3 and the oven cooks 1 every 12 seconds, you might get a backup of 1 per second that's not getting cooked. And that's the situation where you use a 4th oven. But I've never needed to do that in any of it. This works just fine. So that's ionized capacitors done. Right now we're sending ethanol into the science. It's not getting much right now. It's delivering to the trains first. Before, like, it's delivering here before it takes it back over there. And the only reason I'm doing it that way is because sometimes it misses them here. Like, in the ideal setup, this wasn't full. It should have taken every single bit of that ethanol out of that minecart. It's not like it's, maybe it's going too fast coming down this hill. It's trying to run too fast at stop in time. That might be a issue. So what I'm going to do, I'll pause it. We're doing some science here, folks. I'm going to delete this and back it up so that the whole minecart track is on the low ground going slow before the first car gets to this nozzle. And we're going to see if that helps us with this skipping over some of them cars issue. And if that does work like that, then I will reroute this to be taking the ionized capacitors, and we will send the ethanol all down here. But let's unpause, see how that goes. The minecart is right now going into the building to collect more. See, now it's dropping it off in the science. It comes in with an almost empty rail car. Almost empty. I don't know why these two aren't empty. They very well should be. Like, and that shouldn't be missing any when it's filling it up. I don't understand why this happens, but it does constantly in this game. Anyway, ethanol doing good. Let's follow this along. See, it shouldn't be skipping every 2. It's not set to skip any. So I don't understand why it won't grab them. Like it dropped one off, and then it ran 3 cars past, and then it stopped and picked up another one. Like, do I have to put a nozzle on every one of those all the way along and run the track by all of it just to make sure it gets it all? Because this setup here works. Where I'm just running a little straight track back and forth. That fills it up no problem. Then we got the cart filled with stuff, and then that's fine. That works just fine. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Do you experience these same problems in your games? I'm just curious. It's getting to the point in this save where the load times take like 20 minutes, and then I got to sit here for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, letting everything load in and speed up to catch up to going with this actual speed. And then I've noticed that if you zoom out, your minecarts and your claw tracks and stuff will move slower than if you're zoomed in. So I don't know. I just don't know. But it looks like we're doing okay. We got our ethanol going into the science. We've got 3.5 million out of the 5 million needed for rockets. And we've got our 300 capacitors researched. Whoa, look right here. It says launch freight rockets filled with crates to sell your resources in the galactic market. Okay. Due to high off-world demand, resources sold by rockets grant a weight revenue bonus of 45%. That's almost 50%. But that means if you look here, we sell the mega fuel, it'll be 4,000 to start until the 20% goes away. Then it's 3,200. We sell the mega fuel at 3,200 per item, and we add another 45% back onto that. That puts it at about, let's see here, 32 times 0.45 gives us another 15.5. So add that together, 32 and 15 is 43.5. So it's more than the 20% by a good bit. That's going to help tremendously. And then that stuff weighs how much? 16. So another 45% of that is going to put it right about 24. That's ridiculous. That's a lot. No wonder rockets are the preferred method of sale. I'm thinking that the monorail is going to be a replacement for the minecart track that is faster and carries more. That's my speculation at this point. I'm not 100% sure. I've not played with them yet. This is something that's new since the end of last season. So, as far as I could tell, no other YouTubers out there have made a video about these minecarts. So I'm really, these monorails. So I'm really excited to be the first one to do it. But that's going to have to be a couple episodes down the road. We're going to have to call it here for today, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're enjoying the whole series, hit the subscribe button to see when my next video comes out. Up next in the shoot, we got a Satisfactory video about reinforced iron plates coming out, and then we'll have another Automation Empire video after that. But you people have a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by. We'll catch you next time. Arctic Wolf out.